I have zero sympathy for Cubans that voted for that delinquent mother.
I didn't think they was going to go after Cubans. We are not the bad people. I vote Trump because he wants to help the people, but this is not right.
Cue the music. Yeah. What's ground? What's it about? Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote to be deported. This is wild. This is insane. I just want to know, why did that Cuban man think he wasn't part of immigrants when he said mass deportation of immigrants? Why did Cuba think they were exempt? Cubans think they were exempt. That is crazy to me. I've seen several videos of Cubans coming out here saying that that the deportations weren't for them. Yeah, this stuff is...
I have zero sympathy for Cubans that voted for that delinquent mother.
I didn't think they was going to go after Cubans. We are not the bad people. I vote Trump because he wants to help the people, but this is not right.
Cue the music. Yeah. What's ground? What's it about? Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote to be deported. This is wild. This is insane. I just want to know, why did that Cuban man think he wasn't part of immigrants when he said mass deportation of immigrants? Why did Cuba think they were exempt? Cubans think they were exempt. That is crazy to me. I've seen several videos of Cubans coming out here saying that that the deportations weren't for them. Yeah, this stuff is crazy. But, well, ain't nothing we can do about it. Somebody needs to go talk to that man and let him know. We'll tell him.
Florida will be the downfall of Latinos and Hispanics every time. Florida is what I will vote for Donald Trump. Florida is the home of I will vote for Donald Trump. That's where they live. Vote where I was at for Donald Trump. The Florida Hispanics had a hit with that one. Y'all trash. Y'all trash. Trump trash. His wig is trash. All y'all are garbage. Okay? Y'all gonna be the downfall of the Latinos every time. Florida Latinos, Hispanics from Florida. You cannot tell them that they are not Caucasian. Like, it's really just ridiculous.
Yeah, as someone who lives in South Florida with the I will vote for Donald Trump, that group, yeah, she's 100% right. They vote against their best interests every single time because every last one of these groups think that they're the special princess, and you're not. Like, it really is synonymous with all these groups down here, but especially Miami Cubans, white Miami Cubans, please. There's a big fat reason why there is such a huge political ideological difference between Miami Cubans and New York Cubans. Despite the fact that Dade County is massive, every group here is very insular. And the reason why they keep voting the way they do is because they never fucking leave. They will be in Dade for like 30, 40, 50 plus years. They will never leave this bitch. And if they do leave for like vacation or some shit, they're going to places with other high immigrant populations. Like, you will not see them vacation in places where white people are the majority and an immigrant population doesn't really exist. Especially in the South, you will not see them do it. And unfortunately, despite the fact that so many of these groups are feeling betrayed and lied to, even though if you had paid attention to what he was saying when he said, oh, we're only going to go after the criminals, he sees all undocumented immigrants as criminals. He's been saying that. It wasn't even subtle. And even though Republican representatives in Florida have really said nothing and done nothing about the abject cruelty being shown to these immigrant communities, I really don't believe Latin people and Hispanics as a whole are going to turn against Republicans enough to show that there are consequences for screwing them over like this. Now, feel free to prove me wrong during the midterms. I will happily take that L. But y'all have been getting told for a very long time to stop voting Republican because it will backfire on you eventually, and you didn't want to listen.
For Miami, I don't know how to feel about Cubans being in their find out era. Because they took over Miami, and it was to the point where you couldn't even find a job unless you spoke Spanish. And even if you spoke Spanish and you wasn't Cuban, you wasn't getting that job. And I give them a lot of credit because before their family or friends would leave Cuba, they would already have a job, a car, and a place to stay by the time they reached Miami. Like, they really set up their people very, very well. They even had a wet foot, dry foot policy. Where they messed up at was thinking that they thought becoming a Republican was going to make them turn. And the whole time they're speaking Spanish. And a majority of them didn't even bother to learn English, but yet they thought they were. And my main question is, what is the difference between Fidel Castro and 45? Until then,
I have zero sympathy for Cubans that voted for that delinquent motherfucker. Y'all are now facing the consequences of your own actions because of your pure fucking ignorance. A lot of the Cubans that came here from the island and decided to support that motherfucker, that were on humanitarian parole or various other immigration programs to try and stay in this country, are now crying and suffering the fucking consequences of their own stupid fucking motherfucking actions. I just watched 3 back-to-back interviews with different Cubans that came from the island that had some type of application in with immigration and were deported back to Cuba, and they were supporters of the rapist, crying on camera. One of them even has a disabled child and another little kid. The wife had to stay back, and he was deported back to Cuba. And they were staunch supporters of this delinquent piece of shit. I am Cuban. I was born in Cuba, but I consider myself to be Cuban American. I decided to educate myself from a very young age. Back in about 2004, when John Kerry was running for president, I already knew at that point that I was a Democrat because I aligned directly with those values, because I learned in political science and U.S. history classes in school what being a Democrat or aligning with those values was in comparison to conservative values. And mind you, my family were refugees from Cuba. My dad was a political prisoner, right, in Cuba. My whole family is conservative, Republican, but from a very young age, I decided to educate myself, to go to college, to do my own research. Even from the time I was a kid, even before going to college, I did my own research. And I always have. When you come from another country and you decide to go from one dictatorship to another, and you decide to continue supporting the same bullshit, just instead of with a communist flavor, with a fascist flavor, then you are going to reap what you sow, and you are going to collect the fruits of the bullshit that you decided to vote for. Ahora ustedes están llorando porque están deportando a sus familiares, pero acuérdense que cada cual cosecha lo que siembra y recoge los frutos de lo que siembra. Todo en la vida tiene consecuencias, y el que no se quiere educar, el que no quiere ir a la universidad o estudiar la política de este país y instruirse, pagará sus propias consecuencias por su propia ignorancia.
So the leader of Latinos for Trump, Cuban edition. Sorry. Hector Luis Valdez Corto. Yeah, he's been detained by ICE. I feel both for Donald Trump. The wildest part about this is Donald Trump was very clear that he's going after criminals, even though we all know that that's a lie. We knew it was a lie when he said it. Did he think that didn't mean him? May this level of delusion that made y'all trust and believe in this man and trust and believe that your proximity made you one of them never find me.
Latinos are inherently racist. I can't believe I'm having this conversation again, but I just seen a video of a Cuban girl who is, might I add, white passing as all hell. And yes, I said Cuban, so it's pretty self-explanatory as to why she thinks the way she does, because Cubans are one of the worst. And this is coming from a Latina, so I'm gonna yap and talk my shit, okay? The fact that she thought it was cool to literally broadcast that she says the N-word and she doesn't see the issue with it and that you guys are just crybabies is absolutely insane. Girl, you literally will never understand, because the color of your skin lets you into places and spaces that make you feel comfortable. You literally have found proximity to white people, and in that proximity, you became weird. But need I remind people yet again, proximity does not equal whiteness. At the end of every single day, you are still a Latina, even if it doesn't really show. And at the end of every day, they think they should deport you. But you feel like because you came here legally, like, let's not use that word too loosely, that you're one of the privileged ones. When on any given day, a Caucasian person wouldn't be able to tell the difference between you and a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, a Ecuadorian, whatever have you. We are one and the same. But you found this new proximity that makes you feel like you are not. And it's honestly just gross. It's really, really gross. And doing it for clicks and views and just being an overall moron in your stance is just weird. But once again, Cuban from Florida. Do I need to say more?
Somebody let them know that they are arguing with black people, but their fight is really within their own community. Y'all know him? How about now? Y'all know him. This is the leader of the Proud Boys, and I'm just here to remind you. His name is Enrique Tarrio. That's right. He's a Latino. And the word on the curb is that the group of people that he leads, the Proud Boys, the white supremacist group, yeah, they're working with Donald Trump and ICE to round up undocumented immigrants. And I use quotes because they say they're undocumented, but we know that they are meeting these people down at their court hearings as they are legally trying to do things the right way. We know they aren't just out there looking for gang members or criminals, because they are showing up at these people's jobs to arrest them, to deport them. Yeah, the word on the curb is that his white supremacist group, the Proud Boys, is working with ICE and Donald Trump to deport other Latinos. Yeah, Enrique Tarrio. That's the word on the curb. Yeah. And if the name didn't give it away, Enrique Tarrio, he's Afro-Cuban. How did he get his start? He got his start because he ran for public office down there in Miami. He lost his race, and then he started the organization Latinos for Trump. Yeah, Enrique Tarrio started that group. And then he moved on to create the white supremacist terrorist group, the Proud Boys. Yeah, that group that terrorizes black people, yeah, he's the leader of that group. And now he and his group are terrorizing the members within their own community. And yet, they've got all the smoke for black Americans who stood 10 toes down with them on November 5th. They've got all the smoke for black people, but none of the smoke for all of these people within their own community that are causing them harm. Just a reminder, I'm headed out to work today. Y'all have a fantastic day.
Cuban American woman from Miami here. Actually, I'm from Hialeah. That's real deep. If you know, you know. I'm from Hialeah. I'm originally a Hialeah girl. I am from South Florida. I grew up in a Cuban community. My mom's Cuban. I'm ashamed, and I just want to tell the world I'm sorry. Not all of us Cubans are like that. Some of us do have empathy. Some of us do feel solidarity with the rest of the Latino community that's going through it. Some of us knew this was going to happen and tried to warn our friends and family. I have to explain to you why it's so different in South Florida. The Cubans there live in this bubble where they're the majority, and they think that they're white, and they live in a certain bubble of privilege where they don't see discrimination directed towards them because they're the majority. But I promise you, to those Cubans that haven't really left South Florida, just drive a couple hours north and you're going to realize you're not white. You're not white. You're never going to be white enough for them. So I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of your votes. I'm ashamed of those stupid fucking videos I see you posting. You're embarrassing yourselves because I see those three Doritos later videos, and I can't help but fucking laugh. Sometimes I feel bad. I feel bad because the person getting deported didn't vote for shit. But I have family members that are getting deported, and I have family members that voted for this fucking shit. And I'm never gonna share a table with them because now you want to feel sorry, and now you want to feel bad. Now you see the consequences of your action where our own fucking family's getting deported. It's too little, too late. Too little, too late. I see some of you crying on these videos saying how you regret your vote. I wish you had thought about it before. But these are the consequences. This is what happens when you don't give a fuck about your other fellow humans. Karma's gonna get right back at you. So again, this is an apology video to the rest of the Latino community. Please know, not all of us Cubans from Miami are like that. I'm not. Thanks, and I hope you all have as good a weekend. As good a week as you can have. Weekend. I wish it was the weekend in the beginning of the week. But anyway, I wish you all a good week. And know that not all of us are like that. Not all of us are pieces of shit. Thanks.
Hi guys, I hope you have watched the entire video and you have seen how it's going down. It's getting dirty. The game is still on and everyone is just hoping that they're not caught by the ice. But what happens to people who are just ignorant? I'll just say they are ignorant. They are ignorant. That is ignorance of the highest order. You cannot even you cannot betray your community, knowing that whatever that you're doing was against you turn against your community because of your whitishness, because of you publicly portrayed the fact that you are gonna be voting for Trump, and you expect people to just look at you and say okay, colors, it's okay, we are not going to do nothing. It doesn't happen like that. So Cuban, literally, like I say earlier on, Cuban felt some kind of special. They were special. They felt like they were the people. They were close to people, and they ignored all those people. They ignored all them. Excuse me. They ignored what was written on the wall. They never read the policies. So when they were talking about immigrants, they thought that maybe they were talking about the Black Americans, and they forgot that the Black Americans are not immigrants. They're not immigrants. Black Americans, they're not immigrants. So they really forgotten that. So when ICE got to them, or they were the next on the list, they started now crying because they knew these people, they are they've been always been protected. They have the Adjacent Act. They were feeling special. They're white. They were feeling just the same way Venezuelans were feeling. Guys, we know Miami and Florida, most of the people who come from there, they're Latinos, they're Cubans, and Venezuelans, immigrants coming to United States status, to the United States, they will be granted legal status. So these people feel they've been feeling some kind of a way that they're here. You understand? They're here, and they disregard these other communities or these other people. Like in Miami, you know, in Miami, Florida, Cubans, they had a problem with their skin, the sense of trying to feel closeness, white adjacency, proximity to whiteness, you understand? So they are feeling like there's some kind of way they're white, they're so close. And let me tell you guys, these people are they are so racist. They are racist, and their racism is on high hapa hivi, iko hapa juu. Let me speak Swahili. So that one, I will call it racism because it made them to vote because they felt like they thought of their skin and forgot to vote for the best of their interest. That's how I'll put it. They forget to vote to the best of their interest. So they look at themselves and say that we are close to white. You understand? So we are Americans. So we are just going to vote for Trump. And let me tell you that it has hit them so hard. And now their country is being added. Like, these people are so many in America. There are very, very many. There are very many in America. And it's being said, the word on the street is that these people, their country is being added among to those countries that are coming among travel ban list. Their country is coming also, it's part of the travel ban. It's among the travel ban list, and this is because of ignorance. And I always say that, like, don't wish bad to nobody. No, don't wish bad to nobody. I just hope that they have learned with what Trump is doing to them or to other communities. They are learning because they're the ones who went out there and voted for him. And I don't know if Trump is also doing he's having America at his hand. He's doing for the best of Americans. He's making America great by just getting these immigrants out of America, you know. And the thing is, when you vote in ignorance, when it comes to, there's a lesson people has to learn, that when it comes to voting in leaders or electing leaders, don't look at oh, this one is my favoritism. You need to learn to go through the policies. What is the agenda? You understand? Don't just say that, oh, you're talking about mass deportation. No, Trump, we are going to make America great. You're going to vote for Trump. He's going to bring our economy back. He's gonna he's going to conduct a mass deportation. He was gonna conduct a mass deportation, and that's what he told you guys, and he started with you. That's what you're saying. That's what he put it clearly, but you never took time to go through the policies, and now you are coming out here crying like, oh, we are Cubans, we voted for Trump and blah blah blah. This is colors. It's finished, it's done, it's a wrap, you know. So people thinking like, if you, when it comes to voting, you have to vote for loyalty. With the politics, there's nothing like loyalty. No, it's butter trade. I'm giving you money, I'm giving you my lies, and I need your votes. You going to the ballot box, you went there personally and you voted. You understand? You've been singing how you're gonna vote for Trump. It's a song you composed, and that's what you're just reaping what you sow. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you loved it. I've been your host, Irene Soita. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like my videos. Put on the notification button so that you get notified whenever I post a video. And I'm very, very sure that next time when we vote, we are going to vote for the best of our interest, and not the interest of the people that we elect. You understand? This is something that has been affecting people across the world when it comes to leaders coming, and they just lie to us. They are very gullible. They don't care about our economy, everything. Life just continues to be hard every time and now and then. So guys, from me, Irene Soita, I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to put on the notification button so that you get notified when I post a video. For your interaction down there below in the comment section, I'll be waiting, guys. Let me know what you think. Your thoughts are very, very valuable to me. Yeah, I hope that everyone have a blessed day, evening. And for me, bye bye, bye bye. Mufunje. So the ad.
Tell me about what is it? Is it mvunje or kamvunje?
Mufunje. Mufunje. F.
Oh. Guys, you can see. Are you sure this is man-made?
Yeah. They maintain it.
Last time we were here, is it made of rock or something?
Ngoja yaende kwanza kidogo.
Hii ni kama scary bridge iko huko Nairobi. Ni just scary bridge. Actually my title will be the scary bridge of Webuye. As you can see that lady, you have to wait. Please make sure earlier. She has to wait for her mom.
To balance.
And then she will go. And you can see she's walking slowly, maneuvering through the scary bridge.
Awogopi?
Because this river
Huh?
can be better than
Awogopi? Wow. Wow. Guys, this is Rivanzoya. Rivanzoya na Mwaganga Rift, Lake Victoria. It pours into Lake Victoria. So, nini yo?
Lakini there are a lot of them.
Nini yo? Mfunje? Coconut?
Crocodiles.
Yeah.
Crocodile.
Mamba. So she has to move for it to balance. Wow. Look at the strides. Kwani government yezi eka hapa bridge kubwa? But the government haiwezi. Oh God, may you lead her. May you lead her, oh my dear God. Kena kubungoma, si ndio? Kani barasa taracha. Mayam. Ah. So the girl has managed. Me, I have a fear that I'm looking to beat. I don't know if I can beat my fears. Oh my God. Mufunje. Her luggage. The lady with her stuff on the head had managed to cross. Usually when whatever the luggage you're carrying is heavy, the men who crosses here will offer to help you carry your luggage, you know. But she managed because there's no one who here will help her. The girl with the firewood. So I don't think if the government can put up a bridge here, because this is something that is traditional, it's being prayed for and all that. Mom.
Thank you, Lord.
Mom.